So, what is a dividend and why does it matter to you as an investor? Now, a dividend is a cash payout that some companies decide to pay to their investors. So, if company A gives out 2% dividends every year, that means the company pays 2% of the investor's money back. Now, the reason the company might decide to pay a dividend is to attract more investors. So it's basically a way of making the investors they have happy and attract new investors. Now, not all companies pay a dividends, and companies that pay a dividends decide to spend some of the money they make and some of the cash and profits they have left over and give it back to investors, while other companies put the money back into the business, paying no dividends and spending that money to grow the company instead. Now, dividends can make a huge difference in the long run, and as an investor you are guaranteed to be paid the 2%. It can be 1, 2, 3, 5, 10%, whatever, but you are guaranteed to make that money. While if the company doesn't pay a dividends, the only way you're going to make money is if the company does well and the stock price goes up. So if you invest in a company without a dividends, you're simply speculating on the price of the company, while if the company pays a dividends, you're guaranteed to make a little bit of money. Now, dividends can make a huge difference on how much money you make, especially over longer periods of time. And over the last 20 years, the gains in the S&P 500, which is a benchmark for the whole stock market, 60% of the returns is accounted for by dividend. So 60% of the money people have made from the stock market comes from dividends, while 40% comes from the traditional gains in the actual value of the stock. So dividends does make a huge difference, and in fact over longer periods of time it will probably account for more of your gains than the stock price actually going up. And companies paying in dividends has performed about 3% higher than companies which don't pay a dividends. So overall, dividends is not just a tool to lower the risk you take on, but it also accounts for a lot of your gains if you give it enough time. Not to mention that again, the dividend is guaranteed while the stock price going up is not. And if you want to know more about dividend or any other topic about the stock market, you can visit investingforall.net.